Hello my friends and welcome back to Battletech Revised. It is episode 1 or 130, depending on how you look at it. A slightly newer version of Battletech Revised. It's been ages since I played Battletech. It's been 4 months. So it is the 3rd today. This will be going out on the 5th of May. And I last played Battletech on the 6th of the 12th. So that is effectively just under half a year since I last played. But I needed a break. And I actually have a lot to say. Let's just find an easy contract and ease myself back into
Take off your shoes. Make yourself comfortable.
back into playing. What's that? 2.5 skull capture base? That should be pretty easy. I say that, Battletech Revised is not. It's not an easy game. But I do have 4 heavies, I believe, so. No, I got 3 heavies. And let's take the Griffin missile support. There's a heavy pilot, I think Archangel. And I need a medium pilot. Let's see what I've got running here. Master Tactician would be good, but I don't really have any. Ace Pilot, that's more for lights. I got 1 Master Tactician. Perfect for missile locking, and I was training up Bullet Trap as my other Master Tactician. Let's bring Bullet Trap and train him up. Unfortunately, it doesn't really make sense to... Once you've got Master Tactician, of course, you can sensor lock for free, which means that your missile support can sensor lock for itself. Kind of, you know, having the sensor locker on the missile boat kind of doesn't work until you reach that point, but whatever. I'm sure 2.5 skull will be fine with what I have to get warmed up. So yeah, anyway, I have a lot to say about Battletech. Obviously, I've made thousands of videos on the subject, but what I mean to say is Battletech is developmentally dead, and that means that it's gonna get stale. That's why I needed a big break so I could get back into it again and enjoy it. And you may say, "Oh well, there's all these mods and they, you know, can change all kinds of things." And that's true. But what they can't change is the mechanics. The actual real mechanics behind the game can't be changed. And that's the biggest problem with Battletech. Is it's going stale. I mean, I'm probably going to enjoy playing this for the next couple of months. No problem, since I took a big break. But developmentally, it's dead, and the mechanics are going to become stale. And I'm just going to explain what I mean by that, because, you know, sure, some people will say, "Oh yeah, but modders can change everything," but they can't. Excuse me, I gotta lubricate my voice here. So, to give you an example, BTR spent a lot of time working on the AI. But there are aspects of the AI that will never change. Because mechanically, the AI works in a certain way. And that can never change. Because the game is not being developed anymore. So, to give you a classic example of this. Let's just quickly... Okay, it's this map. Usually enemies here, and then usually like a reinforcements spawn up here when you scout the base. Usually the correct strategy is to rush for the high ground. Oh, there's one right there.
On my way.
Moving to position.
The the Battletech AI, it only sees one turn. That's one fault with the AI, and it can't be fixed with scripts. So, for example, in Panzer Corps 2, you can write a script for the AI. You can make the AI do certain moves, irrespective of the normal assessment. So every game AI has got a normal assessment of the current situation and what move would be best for that situation. Now in Panzer Corps 2, the AI is opened up to proper grid-based script writing because you have fixed maps. You can build AI into scenarios, which allows you to make the AI do very human-like behaviors based on a particular map. So, for example, if you look at this map right now, in Panzer Corps 2, I could have some mechs here, and I could create a script for them that says, okay, on this map, in this particular scenario, the first 3 turns I want you to make is to move to here, no matter what, as close to this position as you can get, then to here. Then, if there are enemies, I want you to attack the nearest enemy. If there aren't enemies, then I want you to move to here. And then I want you to make use the normal AI from this point on. So then assess the situation from this position. If there are enemies, attack. If there are no enemies, close on the enemy. Use the normal AI routine. You can program that in. Now, why that's important for Battletech,
Commander,
and it's missing in this game, and it will never come because this game is not being developed, is one strategy that is extremely effective in this game is a run-through or a run-by. And it's a strategy that works in tabletop Battletech as well. And it's a strategy that I've used all the time, and most of you are probably aware of it in your mind, but I've not really spelt it out. In fact, there's a certain toxic mod author who once said that all she wanted to do was to stop people running at the enemy like idiots. But it's actually part of a well-known Battletech tabletop strategy. And that is that you have one mech and you just charge it at the enemy. Usually your fastest mech or your most robust mech, or some combination of those two things.
Yes, Commander.
So in my case, it would be my Grasshopper.
Copy that.
And it works against enemies that are in a tight ball. So, it's because Battletech Tabletop's originally a multiplayer game, so you'd be playing against another person. So there'll always be players that have their mechs in like a tight ball. So you charge one unit at their tight ball, and what happens is one of two things. Either the other player opens fire on the guy that's charging in, or they ignore the guy who's charging in, and they attack your other mechs that are supporting. So imagine I had like a mech here, here, and here. So I have 3 mechs. And I've got 1 mech charging in. Now, the ideal thing is that they're shooting at the guy running towards them. Because the way Battletech mechanics work, if you're just sprinting towards the enemy, in real life, you'd be an easy shot. But in Battletech, if you're sprinting towards the enemy, then you have a very high level of evasion, because Battletech doesn't account for angle at all. It only accounts for speed in evasion. So as long as you're moving very quickly, you are very evasive. And the point comes is that these guys may be shooting at what is a very hard target, and that's great for you because your units will then pick an enemy that's part of the ball, that's an easy target, and just shoot them. And that is a DPS trade that you'll win. But that's not the brilliance of the run-by. The brilliance of the run-by is that you don't just stop in front of the enemy. You run past them. You run through the ball, and you're behind them. Now, they have a big problem. Because if they turn around to attack the enemy that's just run by, they're showing their backs to your 3 mechs. So let's just presume you've both got 4 mechs. they're showing their back to your 3 mechs with their entire lance. They can't turn around. They've got to decide to turn around all their mechs or none of their mechs. Because if you just, let's say you just turn around one mech, well, now you've got a problem, because you've turned around one mech, and maybe you can shoot the guy who's run past in the back doing that with one mech. But that one mech that's just turned around is now showing his back to your 3 mechs. And 3 mechs can usually dumpster a mech into the ground if it's got its back shown. The run-by creates a very tricky, a very difficult situation for the person who's made the mistake of statically having all 4 of their mechs right next to each other. That is who it works against. And it's a well-known tabletop strategy that has been deployed against new players since the dawn of time. You know, which is why it shocked me that certain sort of mod pack makers didn't understand that this is actually a very, very common strategy. Evidently, maybe never played the tabletop. But the point I'm riding towards here is a run-through is a really common Battletech strategy, but the AI will never be able to execute it, and I know that because the Battletech AI only sees the current turn. It can't see future turns. So a run-by usually requires at least 3 moves. Move 1, your 3 mechs that are staying behind, spread out, ready to fire. And your runner runs towards the enemy. On the second move, your runner runs through the enemy. And on your third move, your runner turns around to have the rear angle on the enemy. And put them in the awkward situation that they either have to turn around to face the runner, or they have to carry on fighting against the 3 mechs that are shooting at them from their fixed positions. Which, that can make sense to do that, but that does potentially mean that the runner can focus fire the rear of a particular mech and bring it down fast. And then if that mech turns around to protect its rear, then it's exposed to the firing line. It's just a situation you don't want to be in. And I'm not going to go into the depth of like how you counter a runner or a run-by in Battletech, because then you're sort of talking about chess moves into chess moves into chess moves. But the point is that in Battletech, the AI will never... let's have an angle here. Will never be able to execute that, because it can only see one move at a time.
Live to serve.
It can't see a potential future more than past one move. Yeah, the Marauder's pretty heavy. Let's bring it in.
Moving to position. And here it comes.
Oh, nice. We just punched a hole in him. And since the AI can never see past more than one move, it's never going to calculate, oh yeah, I could take this mech and I could run it past the enemy and cause them to show their back to what, you know, it's not capable of doing that. And modders can't enable it to do that because the tools for that don't exist in this game. And since there's, you know, development on this game has ceased, those tools will never exist.
Position confirmed.
They can certainly change how the AI they can certainly change what the AI chooses to do from, you know, in each turn as it comes. But they can't in any way make the AI execute a strategy that runs through many turns. And so, sort of getting back to why the game has sort of become stale, it's because there's just not going to be any surprises. That's the issue that creates. Oof.
Enemy mech destroyed.
I've been sensor locked.
You're never going to be in a situation where you're surprised by a move that the AI has executed.
Damn, let's do this.
You are never going to load up a mod and play a map in Battletech where the author has created a custom map and scripted custom stuff for the AI to do. It is possible in Battletech. In a limited way, it is possible because it has been done in story missions. But modders were never given the tools for map making in Battletech. And they were never given the tools for the scripting, the mission scripting language that, well, they were given the tools for that, but not in the way that you can make the AI, for example, you know, patrol, follow a road or whatever. You know, if it's not been done by modders now, it's never going to be done by modders, right? I mean, the game is like 3 years old and no one has made a custom map. There, you know, all the maps in the game are still the same maps that have existed
Standing by.
since the very beginning, plus the ones that were introduced in the DLCs. And to be honest, I don't think that we would have even gotten I don't think that we would have gotten more maps
Got it.
if they hadn't promised early on in the development that there would be a actually 30% is alright. Let's just go for it. If they hadn't promised in the Kickstarter basically that they were going to make 3 expansions, if they hadn't made that promise, and you know, if that promise wasn't effectively contractual, then they never would have made more expansions for this, because Paradox did not see any potential profit in this game, and were just looking to drop it as quickly as possible. They had no interest in Harebrained Schemes' ambitions for Battletech at all, because Battletech is a foreign IP. It's not owned by Harebrained Schemes anyway. It's an IP that they'd leased for the project. What they were interested in was IPs that Harebrained actually had full control over, and the staff.
Got it, Commander.
And so I'm sort of drifting off topic here, but the point is that there are a few examples of games where you know, people are still playing them 5, 10, 15 years later. But that is extremely rare. And it's often because the game is either still in development, so for example World of Warcraft, World of Tanks, you know, these games are still being developed, and so things are being changed and messed around with, and mechanics are changing and all that kind of stuff. So the interest and the possibilities are still there. Or the game has just never been surpassed by any other game, or there's nothing like it. For example, StarCraft Brood War, it's pretty easy to argue that there's no game like StarCraft Brood War out there.
Enemy mech critical damage detected.
It's just simply the best real-time strategy game out there for 1v1 skill. For displays of 1v1 skill, it just can't be surpassed.
Confirmed. Copy that.
And so yeah, as I tear these boys
Target's
apart,
taking a critical hit.
I'm just be careful of these turrets. BTR turrets are pretty bad. So I'm in a good position here. You know, it's unfortunate, but you can be away from, like I have been, you can be away from this game for 6 months, and nothing
Aye, aye.
nothing mechanically is going to have changed about it. Oh, I'm just out of reach of my short-range weapons there. That's a shame. Oops.
Confirmed.
And that's unfortunate. When you take a 6-month break
Target
from,
eliminated.
say, World of Warcraft or League of Legends, say, something popular that's still in development, Fortnite, whatever. You'll come back to new vehicles, new heroes, new characters, new stuff that is new, that is genuinely new. Mechanics that are genuinely new, that potentially change how things work.
Objective complete.
Oof.
You're clear to move on.
And as much as
Commander?
modders have done amazing things for Battletech, they cannot introduce actually novel mechanics. And, you know, it's a shame. Because if Battletech was still receiving development, myself and I'm sure many of you guys watching would be more than happy to
Receiving
buy another DLC. You know, if they released like 20 high quality flashpoints pack with maybe some new mechanic,
Roger.
we would buy it. But unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. And I think it's pretty true that no matter how much you love a game, and no matter how good you are at it, if it never evolves or changes, you are eventually just going to get bored of it. Which is, you know, that's just human nature. We like new things. Some people, you know, like routine and don't like change, but, you know, I think most gamers are interested in seeing where the crazy train that is video gaming is going. And unfortunately, you know, this train has been parked at the
Awaiting
station
orders.
and left there, which is very unfortunate. That's the base. Let's avoid any surprises. There's going to be surprises. But let's not worry about the surprises for now.
Roger that.
Let's worry first about taking these turrets down.
Receiving you.
It's so funny how people objected to turrets being too strong, and it's like, but they don't move.
Aye, aye.
So you can just pick them off one by one usually. But people got so used to turrets that never fight back because they kill them before they get to shoot. That became the real expectation of any battle with a turret, was that you would be able to kill the turret without it ever being able to shoot back at you.
Full throttle.
So we're fighting against
I'm
that
ready.
expectation. I really not have a good angled shot here. Okay.
I'm going.
Oh, whatever. This will do. I don't think I actually have the firepower to bring this down, but...
Firing all weapons.
Oof. You can use a master tactician to sensor lock them and pick them off from outside of their vision range.
Oh, God, I'm hit.
Ooh, headshot. Oh well, we'll be fine.
Awaiting orders.
I actually don't have a good angle shot here. I'm gonna vigilance because I haven't got good cover.
Confirm. Affirmative.
Yeah.
That turret is gone.
I'm getting back into this now. But it's just, yeah, it's, you know,
Standing by.
I'm not like a chess player. I'm not content to just play the same game. until my face melts. Oh, he can see me. I think he's the only one
Showing
though.
minor damage.
All weapons committed.
Oh, I missed 2 shots there. That was really poor.
Ready for orders. Confirm. Fire.
No, it's certainly good to be playing BT again, for sure. I just,
Orders?
you know, I don't think I can play it like I used to play it, where I played it like 8 hours a day or more.
Roger that.
Because unfortunately, there's just nothing new to look forward to. That's the biggest issue for me.
Target destroyed.
Now, that said, there are a couple of games in the pipe that might
Yes, Commander.
might scratch that BT itch. Unfortunately, they're not BT, but god damn, I took a lot of damage on this side here. I better turn around the other way.
Commander?
Standing by.
They can see me because I've been shooting.
Engaging jump jet.
There are a few games coming that have BT. Have a BT flavor that might offer interesting mech-based combat. Okay, yeah, I gotta turn him around.
Yes, Commander.
Face the opposite way.
Standing by. Affirmative.
I do need to be sort of, you know, a little bit careful here because, you know,
They're heading your way.
BTR will definitely punish you if you don't play properly. Right, let's have a look at these and see which one's more dangerous. AC2s and AC20. Large lasers and LRM-10s. This is the one that's actually got the long-range firepower to be annoying. Oh, I missed another shot.
Commander?
Let's try and not expose my side that's damaged. Wow, can't shoot straight today. Yep. Just like I said right at the start of the mission, the enemies were going to appear up there.
Ready for orders.
And boom, there they are.
Confirmed.
I'll get rid of him with the Griffin next turn. I think these guys mostly don't have a
Yes,
shot.
Commander. Roger that.
Oh, he really should have died. The other turret is out of range for most of its weapons.
Receiving you. On it.
Alright. One more turret to get rid of.
Target eliminated.
Then we'll worry about these. It's just an assassin, so it's nothing too serious. This fog in this game is actually, on this weather setting, is really irritating. I wonder if I can actually kill the fog. Doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe in advanced. I don't think that changes it. Alright, whatever. Let us continue.
All weapons committed.
Alright. Some solid hits there. What is that? Fire starter, okay.
I'm ready. Moving to position.
The large lasers in range? Yes, they are.
Firing all weapons.
Get wrecked. Okay. That's one threat
Target
eliminated. But yeah, it's like most people just expect turrets to just be deleted.
Barely hit.
And it's kind of like,
Aye,
well, where's the fun in that? Probably gonna reserve you.
Yes, Commander. Engaging jump
Wow,
jet.
look who's in range of all of my weapons. Sucks to be
Roger
you.
that.
Now that was a lot of damage. Or was it? No, it was only, well, it was 150 damage. Definitely could have been more. Is that a rear strike? That's a rear strike.
Light damage. Holding firm.
You see, that's funny because that's effectively like a run by. Or the what I was talking about earlier, but you know, I've got my units spread out in a semicircle over here, so now he's moved to engage the unit that's gotten too close, but he now has the problem
Holding for the right opportunity.
that he's got his back to the rest of my lands. And the AI is going to double turn here, but
Losing armor.
the grasshopper can definitely take it. And my vengeance will be nasty.
Taking minimal damage.
And there's the rear shot. This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you a lot.
Targeting rear armor.
Oh ho ho! God damn!
Remech destroyed.
The first shot set the ammunition off, and that was the end.
I'm receiving you.
That is why the run by is effective. Is because if you turn around to face the threat as it's running past, then you expose your back to the group behind, and you have your guys in a semicircle, so that no matter which angle the back is facing towards, i.e. down to the middle, down to the right, or down to the left, whatever angle they've got their back exposed at, your units waiting behind the front line can put the hurt in. Right, I need to show the right side only here.
Move order received.
So the left side is pretty badly smacked.
Roger that.
Oof.
Solid connection on that one. Here we go.
This guy has got a lot of holes in him now. If we grope a missile into there, yep, that's it.
Reporting. Critical hit.
And now, of course, I can just
Copy that.
jump behind them. Now I've created a huge problem for them. That's funny that I would talk about this strategy and then end up executing it on this mission.
Giving him everything I've got.
Oof, there goes his primary weapon.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay, he just decided to stand there and be a target.
Damage minimal. Awaiting orders.
Oh, this is another one that's ready for victimization.
Prepping for jump.
Probably not even worth attacking the rear here, because the rear has probably got more armor than the front. Just barely.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
So yeah.
I'm taking heat damage.
Can always vent that heat
Taking
next turn.
minimal damage.
Let's just remove you from combat, shall we?
Take that. Location confirmed.
I'm actually showing my left towards him, which is not what I want to do, but...
Firing a full salvo.
Ah, they're not very dangerous enemies, so let's just clean them up.
That's a kill.
Can you still see me? No, can't see me. He couldn't see me. Why couldn't he see me?
Aye, aye. Moving to position.
Alright, there goes the heat. What is that? Oh, a Shadowhawk. That's actually
Standing by.
it's actually a moderately powerful bit of kit. I do not have a shot.
Rolling. Ready for orders.
Always have a shot with missiles.
All weapons. Go.
It's a bit of a like awkward terrain. Yeah, so anyway, getting a lot of things off my chest here, but that doesn't mean that I'm not looking forward to playing some more BT, because, you know, it's definitely a very fun game. I just wish they hadn't stopped development, and that we had things to look forward to.
Standing by. Aye, aye. Orders? Got it, Commander.
I think I might be able to knock this guy down to his backside, actually.
All weapons committed.
Down you go, buddy. Of course, it's a Shadowhawk, so the only way that you're
Standing by.
going to kill the pilot is by
Here we go.
By taking out the cockpit.
Receiving you. Fire all weapons. Scored a critical hit.
Oh, right. Which weapons did he just lose? Not his main weapon. But enough to cripple him.
All weapons committed.
See ya.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Man, I was pretty ruthless. I didn't even attempt to massage the loot table here. I
Roger
just
that.
killed the guys.
On my way.
Occupy the base. I must admit, I don't like these foggy maps, foggy jungle maps. I know the fog is, you know, realistic for a jungle, but it's a bit mesmerizing on the eyes.
Mission successful.
Mission successful! Yeah, sweet. Happy days! Okay! I took some damage there, but that's, well, not any penetrative damage, but I did lose quite a bit of armor. That's pretty standard for Battletech Revised. One does not simply walk into a Battletech Revised battle and not take any damage anywhere. "12 out of 12. I have no real desire to run more mediums. Wow, that's nice and cheap. Heat-wise. You get the extra accuracy from it being streak. And it's one less heat too. And Hunchback. Might as well take that apart as well. Alright, not bad. I guess we're going to have to fly off somewhere to find some more contracts though. Good little warm up, even if that wasn't my best maneuvering ever. Yeah, it's I feel like I've gotten so much off my chest here. It is unfortunate. That's all I can say. That that the game's been dropped from development, because I think it does have a fair bit more to offer. So what can we do? A 4-skull battle. That looks like it could be dangerous. Maybe I'll risk playing that. Why not? Back into the deep end. It's totally RNG as to whether this goes well or not. Hey! It did go well.
That work order you submitted is complete.
All right, let's get most of my pilots ready to go. In fact, let's just burn days. if I'm going to race into a 4-skull mission while still being a little bit rusty at the game. I think I need all my best pilots. Alright, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it wasn't too ranty. And I'd be interested to hear what you think in the comments, actually, about what I said. And I will see you guys next time.